Oh,
It's
wait.
not started yet.
Okay. Hi, I'm Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
Doing well?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we are going to be talking about noun clauses with contrast and concession. Okay? So you're going to learn how to use a variety of constructions to show concession. By the end of this, will be able to write a short comparison and contrast essay, comparing and contrasting your culture to someone else's.
Mm.
So it can be American culture, Italian culture, whatever you want. You get to learn about it and choose that.
Italian.
Well, you know what? It doesn't have to be Italian. It can be whatever you want it to be. So an unsurprising fact about me is that I am from Minnesota, but I live in Washington.
What?
So here I use but to compare my two places. And something surprising about me is my brother is a vegetarian. However, I prefer to eat meat. So I used however to connect these two ideas. And so if you look at my screen, these are all the kinds of meats I like. Do you like any of those?
All of them.
All of them? You would eat all of them?
Every single one of them.
All right, we'll grill sometime. So the first way we have to compare two ideas is called conjunctions. Example, we can use but or yet. So but is pretty simple. It contrasts two related ideas. It's also very informal. So when we're writing academic papers, we don't want to start a sentence saying but usually. You can a lot in speaking and you can in less formal, but academic papers, we usually stay away from it. For example, I might say, I like apples, but I love bananas. Then we have yet, which is used in contrast, like however, despite, or nevertheless. Which we'll come to later in this. But for example, I asked my dad for cheese, yet he brought me nothing. Now we have subordinators, while or even though. So while is common in both academic writing and English speaking. It's used to contrast two ideas. Aaron, do you want to read that example for me?
While some are vegetarians, many people in my family love to eat ribs.
Yeah. Then we have even though, clause or concession. It introduces an adverb clause. So we have even though I eat meat, my brother is a vegetarian.
Mm.
Then we have transitions, which are, for example, however or nevertheless. So, however is a very common transition where we use that a lot in both speaking and writing. It shows contrast, and it's similar to but, which is one of the conjunctions we learned earlier, right?
Mm.
So, for example, I am from Minnesota, however, I don't live there now. I live in Washington, right? Then we have nevertheless, which shows unexpected facts or ideas. So moving to a new state can be frustrating. Nevertheless, moving can prove to be a rewarding experience. So it can be scary, but it can also be good. All right, so now you get to try it. Try connecting these two sentences. You can use but or yet.
I would love to travel, but I don't have money.
Good job.
Hamburgers are a popular meal here, but I prefer to eat pasta.
Oh, so here we actually have to use even though or while.
Oh, hamburgers are a popular meal here, even though I prefer to eat pasta.
So that's good, though we might start with even though. So we would say, even though hamburgers are a popular meal here, I prefer to eat pasta.
Yeah.
We usually put even though at the beginning of the sentence. Here we want to connect it using however or nevertheless.
I hate going to the gym. Nevertheless, I go because it makes me feel healthy and happy.
Good job. And finally, use instead of or despite.
Some cultures shake hands to greet each other instead of, or despite some cultures greet each other with cheek and kisses.
With cheek kisses. So it says to remember you could change the order or the make changes as necessary. So we might need to change the verb. So for example, it could be some cultures shake hands to greet each other instead of greeting each other with cheek kisses. Do you know how you could make that despite? So it could be despite some cultures shaking hands to greet each other, other cultures greet each other with cheek kisses. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a great lesson.
Should we make sure this is
I learned so much.